Protest against CAA, death toll rises to 11 in Uttar Pradesh. Dalit leader Chandra Shekhar Aazad detained. In this photo you see security personnel detain a protester during demonstrations against India's new citizenship law in Meerut on December 20, 2019. 5 more protesters died in fresh clashes on December 20th between Indian police and demonstrators, taking the death toll to 14 from more than a week of unrest triggered by a citizenship law seen as anti-Muslim as thousands rallied at the nation's biggest mosque. In this photo you see a police personnel aims his gun towards protesters during demonstrations against India's new citizenship law in Meerut. On December 20th, 2019, 5 more protesters died in fresh clashes on December 20th between Indian police and demonstrators, taking the death toll to 14 from more than a week of unrest triggered by a citizenship law seen as anti-Muslim as thousands rallied at the nation's biggest mosque. In this photo you see members of the Karnataka Reserve Police Force swing the sticks to beat 2 men on a scooter who rode too close to a barricade set up on a street in Mangalore on December 20, 2019, amid heightened security due to protests over India's new citizenship law. Fresh clashes between Indian police and demonstrators erupted on December 20th after more than a week of deadly unrest, triggered by a citizenship law seen as anti-Muslim. News script from India Today and the Daily Star. Several places in Uttar Pradesh witnessed violent protests against the newly amended Citizenship Act on Friday. Protesters hurled stones and torching vehicles in parts of Uttar Pradesh during anti-CAA protests. At least 11 people, including an 8-year-old boy, have lost their lives in Uttar Pradesh as the protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act turned violent in the state, officials said on Saturday. 4 deaths were reported from Meerut district, while the boy lost his life in a stampede in Varanasi when a violent mob was being chased by police personnel, they said. All clips may not represent the story. After Friday prayers, 6 people were killed as protesters clashed with the police at several places in the state. They hurled stones and torched vehicles, the officials said. There have been reports of firing on police personnel deployed to maintain law and order, they said. 6 policemen also received bullet injuries in various parts of the state, they said, adding the condition of 1 policeman continued to be critical. Watch to become bilingual with latest world news. Violence during the Anti-Citizenship Amendment Act protests has so far claimed lives in Bangalore, Sambal, Firozabad, Kanpur, Varanasi and Meerut in the state. Violent anti-CAA protests in Uttar Pradesh. Several places in Uttar Pradesh witnessed violent protests against the newly amended Citizenship Act on Friday. Protesters hurled stones and torched vehicles in parts of Uttar Pradesh during anti-CAA protests. Lucknow, Kanpur, Gorakhpur, Meerut and Sambal were some of the areas that were worst hit by the anti-CAA protests. Mobile internet services remain suspended in Aligarh, Azamgarh, Lucknow, Kanpur, Dalit, Shahjahanpur, Ghaziabad, Bulandshahr, Sambal and Allahabad in view of the protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Stone pelting or more serious clashes with police were also reported from Badahi, Barak, Amroha, Farrukhabad, Ghaziabad, Varanasi, Muzaffarnagar, Saharanpur, Hapur, Hathras, Bulandshahr, Hamirpur and Mahova districts. At many places, police used lathis, lobbed tear gas shells and, according to some officials, rubber bullets when they failed to contain angry mobs. Police were often targeted when they stopped people from taking out processions in defiance of prohibitory orders in places all over the state. At least 6 vehicles, including those of police, were set ablaze in Firozabad, forcing police to use tear gas shells to disperse the mobs. Half a dozen vehicles, mostly of policemen, were also torched in Kanpur's Babupur area and 6 people were hurt in the city. Additional DG Kanpur Zone Prem Prakash said. He said 10 people allegedly involved in arson and stone pelting were arrested. In Meerut's Islamabad locality, protesters targeted a police post, setting fire to some furniture and a motorcycle parked nearby. Internet services were suspended across major cities in Uttar Pradesh following state government orders. These included Lucknow, Kanpur, Allahabad, Agra, Aligarh, Ghaziabad, Varanasi, Mathura, Meerut, Moradabad, Muzaffarnagar, Bareilly, Firozabad, Pilibhit, Rampur, Saharanpur, Shamli, Sambal, Amroha, Azamgarh and Sultanpur. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.